Yeah, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, it is, right, yeah. And this one's, my understanding.
Running. Susan, we're running.
Okay. Grab one of the agenda. You're good. Taking a long. Yeah. Thank you very much. We can share that. All right. If everyone would stand, we'll do the pledge of allegiance together.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening and welcome. Few items, and everyone would please silence their cell phones. Our meetings are publicly recorded. This is a business meeting, so we ask everyone to conduct themselves in a professional manner. The city code allows for public comment up to 3 minutes. And for best sound quality, please pull these microphones down and lean into them to speak. So with that, we have a few guests here this evening. So why don't we go ahead and jump to cultural committee first and start with that. And we'll kick off with that with Alderman Schwartzwell.
All right, I'll start the cultural committee till at 6 p.m. No old business. First order of new business, I'd like to make a motion to approve the prior month's meeting minutes, January 20th, 2025. Here a second, all those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Oh, I didn't do a roll. Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Myself, Alderman Gebert, Reinecker, Demond, and Dojan are all present. Buena Vista Bank requests to host the Easter egg hunt at Reds Park on April 12th, 2025 at 1 p.m. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the request. Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. The Randolph County Humane Society mural contest is requesting us to sponsor be a sponsor for their contest. Sorry. their mural contest. The levels are $1,000 for gold, 500 for silver, and 200 for bronze. Anybody have a recommendation of a level that we like to sponsor?
It's sponsoring the mural, it's not a donation to the Humane Society. I've gone through this too over and over in my brain. I think simply it's only sponsoring a contest that is through the Humane Society would be a sponsor. It's not a whole lot different than advertising in a certain way.
Basically,
They will get the benefit in the end, yes. So yeah, they wanted us to bring it to the, they wanted it brought to the council, so that's what we're doing here, so.
that's why.
Okay.
Fine line in government and donations to private entities. I think there's some difference of opinion and Rebecca, maybe chime in from you.
Again, like the mayor said, not donating directly to them, but if you give a benefit, it's a gray area, as with most law, of course.
Well, I mean, I guess since it is a gray area, I can make a recommendation that do the bronze level at $200. I mean. Okay, well, put it up for our motion and see what happens. I'd like to make a motion that we do sponsor the Randolph County Humane Society mural contest at the bronze level for $200. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. We have some guests from the Randolph County Startup who, I think they want to come up and explain their organization and then talk a little bit about the 5K color run they want to host on Saturday, March 22nd. What's yours?
Thank you for having us.
Good state your name for the record.
My name is Julia Montroy and I'm the facilitator for the Randolph County Startup Program. I gave one sheet, but to explain a little bit about what we do, we are an entrepreneurial program for juniors and seniors in Randolph County. And we also include motorcycling as well. We are funded by business investors in the area, and in the program, we take tours of local businesses in the county. We have guest speakers come in for certain subjects that we want to talk about. And then the class as a whole has to start a business together, and then they start a business separately. They start personal businesses as well. So they learn the process of that from beginning to end. So what they earn from their businesses goes directly back to them. I have 7 students this year, unfortunately due to illness and the weather coming in and schedules getting changed. 3 of our students were not able to be here with us tonight. 4 of my wonderful students, so I will let them introduce themselves and say what school they're from, and then one of them will talk a little bit more about the 5K.
Hello, everybody. My name is Bill Ranger, and I go to Redwood High School.
My name is Jonathan Miguel. I'm from Marissa High School.
I'm Kayla Leifer and I'm from Redwood High School.
I'm Carson Leifer, and I'm from Redwood High School.
Alright. So for our large class business, this year we are hosting a 5K color run. I'm going to work with you guys to have it hosted on Saturday, March 22nd of this year. Things are going into our event. We have a route plan that we've sent to you guys, and gonna involve color powders. Runners will just go through the tracks, pick stations, so color their clothing, and then they just run through the whole event. And then we have the regular race, just the normal 5K. We'll have winners from different categories and medals for them. And we'll also have a fun run afterwards. It's about half the distance, and it wouldn't be timed or anything. It would just be for fun of it. And then how we're going about this is we're going to different businesses and we're selling sponsorship spots so that they can advertise our events. We're trying to have a bunch of stuff. Yeah, extra stuff, like the idea is maybe stretching tents, first aid tents, coffee, if we can, and then all that. Plan on having this event started around 8 o'clock in the morning. And so we'll be there an hour or two beforehand, getting everything prepared. We would basically take care of setting everything up ourselves. And cleaning up. We do all the cleaning up ourselves. And then any money that we make off this event, that we earn, we'll distribute amongst ourselves as a class. That's pretty much the whole event. Does anyone have any questions?
I did have a question. Do you need us to close any roads or anything for this?
We spoke briefly.
You did.
We went over the route. I think it's a fairly safe route, and I even said I'd be involved with it if I needed to either follow or get in front of it, try and make sure that there's no egress into the route while they're running. So
The students tried to plan a route to where there were not. We didn't have to cross any main roads or block off any highways. We did our best to keep that in mind. That's
So it does look like, is it going down and up Locust or is it to the side streets of Locust? I didn't really see that.
We go, I can't look at the picture.
Can you come to the microphone, please? And thank you.
Here's what we would give. It looked like it went up and down Locust.
Yeah, so we'll start here, and then we'll run down this way, and we'll come down this way, go around the track, and then come back.
Okay.
So the start and the finish will be at the same spot.
Okay. And you don't see no issues with that?
no, I didn't see any issue. It looked fairly safe to me and minimal intervention from us actually did.
We're trying to hope for at least 100 participants to show up for our event. We're gonna try to market this very heavy with March 20th, with the deadline being so close. About a month away, pretty much.
Good luck.
Is this the first year you're doing the run? Okay.
The classes in the past have done multiple different things. There's been trivia night and there's been different things like that. And the goal is for the current class to come up with something different, come up with a new business to do and to start. So they decided on 5K. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. With that, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the Randolph County Startup 5K on Saturday, March 22nd. It looks like they're gonna get there about 5:30 to set up for the event, and the additional activities till 12. The run's approximately 8 to, I'd say 11 or so. I'd like to make a motion we approve. All those in favor? Aye. Any other comments? Motion carries.
My only other
Yes.
comment would be normally this is committee and then there's a formal approval by the city council, which technically will not be until the first Monday of March. But I don't think anyone has a problem with this, so we will formally approve this the first Monday of March. If you want to go ahead, with your marketing efforts, please do.
Any other public comments or anything for the good of the city? Hearing none, I close the committee meetings at the cultural committee at 6:11.
Thank you. That wraps up the cultural committee. So we will circle around now and go back to the finance committee.
Madam Mayor, President or myself, Ponovich, Vice Chair Schwarzkopf, and Peel is absent. Nothing under old business, under new business, would like to make a motion, we approve prior month's meeting minutes from January 20th to 2025. Got motion second, any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Next item on the agenda, maturing CDs. Again, we keep talking about this. We will have a CD coming due the 5th month, the 16th of this year. So as that gets a little closer, Liz will update the current rates and then we'll make a decision on where and what term we want to do with that. Under the financial dashboard, everyone should have a copy of it in their file. Just a real quick synopsis of it. Year to date, we're at 75% of the fiscal year. Under our revenue items, we are actually at 104%, which actually puts us ahead in revenue, $112,398. On the expenditure side of the sheet, again, 75% of the fiscal year, we're actually only at 32% as far as expenditures. So that actually at this point puts us $3,770,940 to the good. So again, the balance sheets are looking pretty good from the financial dashboard. Next item on the agenda, everyone should have a copy from the Red Bud Fire Department. They're wanting to make some changes on a few trucks. Just a real quick look at them. The proposed apparatus update. They're wanting to sell truck number 4618. It's a 1981 K20 step side pickup. They would like to do it as sealed bids as the way they've done it in the past. Similar trucks are selling for between 10 and 13,000. Maystown just sold for 11,575. They have not actively used this truck in 5 years. The second part of the next part of the proposal is to sell truck number 4615, 2001 Ford Excursion. They bought it in 2010 for 11,000. Again, want to try and sell it on sealed bids. Similar trucks are selling for between 7 and 10,000. The truck was used for first responder program, which has ended 2 years ago. The next item then, again, that's all part of the same proposal, is to purchase an extended bed replacement for 4619. They would also want to put a camper shell on that truck. Both would be paid for with Red Bud Fire Department money. The Ford 4619 would transition to a light rescue vehicle. Then the final part of their proposal, which we get to the bottom, you'll see they're not really asking for any action on it yet, is to purchase a new 1-ton truck to pull the air trailer. They are currently working on specs and pricing for that truck. So if you read at the bottom, they're seeking permission to sell the 2 trucks, spend the proceeds from the sale of those 2 trucks to outfit the other truck, and then your note will, if you see it, purchase a 1-ton truck with Red Bud Fire Department funds. This can wait until later, until they have full specs and pricing. So they're not necessarily asking for that at this time. They're basically asking permission to put the 2 trucks up for sealed bids, purchase the other one, and then everything to outfit the other truck. I would make a motion that we honor their request. Point. Second. We have a motion and a second. Further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, motion carries. That brings us to the end of the agenda. We will adjourn finance at 6:15.
Okay, thank you. Next up is Personnel Committee.
All right, call personnel committee to order at 6:15. Have myself, Beal's absent, Dozier, and Hebert, and Ryan considered under old business. We don't have anything under new business. Make a motion to approve the prior meeting minute. Beginning with 2025. All in favor? Opposed? Passes. Any public comments in the city? Hearing none, I'll close personnel committee at 6:16.
Next up is public health and safety.
We'll call public health and safety at 6:16. Myself, Ranker, Geber, Eloy, and Dojan are all present. Under old business, hiring of an additional police officer. We kind of talked about this a little bit last month. Susan and myself and John sat down and just tried to come up with a rough idea of what it would annually cost us to add an officer. And that's what those numbers are here. You understand that there are going to be variables in those numbers, because salary depends on, if it's a single guy, have a family, changes the capital package, the insurance package. This would be, if I remember right, John, this was the highest.
Correct, that is as high as, our highest officer is paid.
And then we know that we're gonna have to add another vehicle into the rotation. He's currently not looking to buy one this year, but you know, you still gotta look at what that's gonna cost you on an annual basis, because it's gonna require an extra vehicle in the rotation. We now have what,
We have 8 currently.
8, we're gonna go to 9.
Now the 8th one is sitting on the lot right now.
Okay.
Okay, so when that one goes into service, I can still use Carl's car, but then it's gonna take another year out of the rotation, because we were gonna do one every 7, it'll be one every 8 now, every year.
So, it's gonna add a little bit of money there. One thing we missed on here, and Susan had it in her notes, was equipment for that, what we figured.
We heard automobile at 43 and then equipment at 17, so it's probably like 60 instead of 50.
Yeah. And then, you know, DVR, just the regular things. But it's gonna come up with a total of somewhere around 190,000 a year is what we'd be adding to the budget. Basically, what we're looking for tonight is just to and get a show of hands if everyone is in favor of this, wants to discuss it some more.
So Bill, I got a question though, you're saying 190, but some of those expenses would actually be a one-time expense, would they not?
Some of them, yes.
I mean, like the body camera,
Yeah.
gold vest, DVR, those are all gonna be a one-time expense.
Some of those, it's like tasers, what we replace them
Every 5 years, we replace a
5 years,
taser.
you know, so that's, yeah.
The vests are good for about every
Yeah,
5
we'll-
years.
we'll kinda look at-
Right, but like the 50,000 for the vehicle would be,
Yeah, it'll go.
it'll work its way into the rotation, but it won't be
Right,
on.
right, we just wanted some kind of an idea, you know, is it gonna be 150, 180, you know? So, we're talking a maximum of probably 180. The plan is to do this at budget time. But we don't wanna go through all that work if any opposition or anybody. I mean, we'll vote on it whenever we vote on the budget. But, I guess basically we're looking for both things, and in favor or not in favor.
I'm in favor of it. I'm good with it.
I'm fine. Okay, so John, I guess go ahead and move forward and, add it into your budget.
Okay, sir.
And when we approve budgets, that's when this will be approved.
How often are we having one officer on at a time?
So from 2 in the morning till 6,
Every day?
yes,
Even weekends,
yes.
at 2.
We have a 2 to 2 car, which is our power shift, and then we have a 6 to 6 car. So that's where they overlap. Then on the weekends, when I'm not working, then that officer on day shifts by himself.
And hopefully we get a young, energetic guy that wants to pick up every hour we want to give him.
Yeah.
I guess. Is it because we just don't have it, or do we not offer overtime to cover that extra time, or is it just we've never done it? Because I mean, obviously we've had situations where we need both officers on and we could have had.
It's available. It's available if the officer want it. Or just
So it's authorized that
if they want it,
if
yes.
they wanted to work the overtime, they could do that to have 2 on.
Yes.
We're not.
I'm not stopping them from doing it. If they need overtime and they come to me and say, hey, I want to work it, I let them work it.
The guys are. Get tired of working.
I get it. No, I get it. I just want to make sure that we're not
No.
not approving it, you know? Okay,
So I guess go ahead and move forward with it.
Okay.
When we approve the budget, we will be approving. Extra.
So with that,
any question?
or kind of, hang on, with a new officer, we'll never have anybody on by themselves.
I'm not gonna say never, but I'll do a double shift. 2 guys on nights on both shifts. And then I'll still have what I call a floater for when somebody takes off, that I can move that person into different positions. And that one, the floater will typically be mixed in the middle of the day shift. And then if somebody take off at night, I can float them right into the night shift, or I can float. It just gives me a guy where I can move them around for vacations, for personal time off. It's just gonna make it easier for me to cover.
One question with the lead time for hiring. We want to wait to advertise until the budget's approved, or how do you feel about that?
Starting now. I mean, honestly, we're looking, you said 3 months the last time, 3 months.
It takes quite a while, yes.
Yeah, I don't, starting, as long as they've got the understanding that this isn't gonna happen until we approve it.
Until May.
Because I mean, we're not, starting now, we're not,
The other thought is they typically offer it to people that are already working here. I'll have to advertise internally. So if one of the part-timers want it, then it'll shorten that up significantly.
but they'll just have to be aware that
That wouldn't happen
the
until May,
position's not gonna be there until after May.
unless you want me to advertise anyway.
Well, I'd start internally. Yeah, I would start,
Make it clear it's a May, whatever that date is, effective date.
Okay,
and then if you do need to advertise, we can just approve that.
And then depending on the applicants, you know, part-time, full-time, what have you, if we have someone that. I guess if we don't have that many people put in, is this something where we'll want to send them to the academy, or are we only getting somebody who's already certified?
historically, we've never sent anybody to the academy. Not saying I'm not willing to do it. I'm willing to do whatever you guys want to do.
Because I know a lot of people, they get it and then they'll get the training, the certification, and then head off somewhere else.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we cross that bridge when we get there, but I was curious to know, you know, how long something like that would take. Is this something that could potentially come up? You
You're
know, I
looking,
don't know how many applicants you had put in last time, so I
If
don't
we-
know what we're looking at.
if we send to the academy, it'll be another 6 months. And typically, I don't know if they're gonna stay, like you said, or if they decide they don't like the job after we've trained them. And they just quit, then what do we do? Otherwise, if I get a lateral from another department, I can already find out how they've been working as a police officer. I can kind of check. And they're already in the business, so it's not likely that they're gonna get out of it completely, so.
I think that, not that we wouldn't do it.
That's what I was getting at, and I was curious to know how long that takes, and then, you know, do we get into, they sign contracts that they can't work somewhere else, because I know that it's a thing elsewhere, so. I don't know if we ever went down that road or not, I haven't seen it, but,
John,
Hopefully we
we
get
got
applicants we don't have to worry about.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, hopefully we don't have to do it.
right.
Okay. New business, approval of fireman's meeting minutes. I'll make a motion, we approve the January 20th, 2025 minutes. Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carried. Departmental activity report, you've all got a copy of it in the packet. Anybody have any questions for John? Hearing none, moving on. Rifle proposal, John brought this forward to Susan and I, and we're bringing it up to you guys and see what you think. And John, I'm gonna kind of let you explain where you're at and what your thoughts are. And
So currently, the department, the officers have their own rifles. We have 3 good rifles. We have one officer has a substandard rifle. We have another officer has a frame that he puts his sidearm in and turns it into a rifle. And we have 2 officers without any rifle. So there's quite a big variance on how they're set up and how they utilize them. A lot of times the framework jams a lot. With them not being all similar or all the same, it makes training very difficult.
My proposal is to purchase rifles for the officers that the city would own. And that we would make sure they maintain, and that everybody would have the same rifle. That makes the training easier, it makes logistics, it makes everything easier to control and take care of, make sure everybody's adequately prepared for anything that comes up. So like I said, we've got 3 guys with 3 good rifles, and then 4 guys with bare minimums stuff, if not without. So, and it's always been up to us to purchase them on our own. Like I said, there's only 3 of us that have decent rifles.
So is that standard? Not, I guess, I'm not a police officer, but, you know, I work for a department where everything is standardized, everybody has the same thing. Everybody knows their own gear and everything, everybody can pick up each other's weapon or whatever and know how to use it, should something like that come up. Are we off by using our own personal stuff?
I'm not gonna say it's standard, I'm gonna say that's the old way of doing it. People provided their own equipment.
That just seems like a huge liability.
It is a concern. So that's why I'm bringing it forward, to kind of get out of that old mindset that you bring your own equipment when it comes to it.
As far as I remember, the officer always had his own can. Now, these would be owned by the department.
Sure. So are you planning on transitioning everything at some point, like?
That would be my goal initially, or eventually. This is our biggest need right now. The officers, we have fairly good sidearms that we've all purchased on our own, but again, they're not identical or interchangeable. Some have 40s, somebody has a 45, a couple of them have 9s. So, you know, if something happened and somebody run out of ammo and the guy has a different caliber than what I'm carrying, I can't take his ammo and use it. So, that'd be another reason why we'd continue to standardize the department.
And I don't know if everyone's aware, they do all have a shotgun, which is city owned, correct?
Correct.
So, basically, the funding part of it, you're looking at 17,528.
I believe that's what I wrote on there. It's the handwriting.
That was the final.
Okay.
And that is purchasing. You'll have enough.
That's an eighth rifle.
For a new officer.
Yes.
As far as funding, yeah.
We have, in the 5-year plan, we have left over LPR money there. And then there's just, money in the equipment line item that I have yet that could be used for that.
Why San Antonio, Texas? The purchase. Why are we buying from San Antonio, Texas, if nobody around did it? Sells them or?
I just had Tyler do a lookup on it, and it's, if you notice, that's a shorter AR. It's almost like an M4. That's be better for a, I should have Tyler here. When I spoke with Tyler, he said this is the outfit that sells that AR.
Okay.
So.
You're asking if they're local gun owners.
I don't know why we got into Texas. I
Not very many local gun owners anymore.
Oh, that's the.
Is there anybody local?
What side of the world they got that deposit?
Not with the way the Illinois has been treating a lot of the,
Okay.
I hate to say it that way, but they've kind of run everybody out of here.
So how much money, you have enough money in that LPR line?
I have about 8,000 in the LPR line, and then I have to go back. I think we're gonna have 40,000 in my equipment line item yet.
So, but basically we'd be approving using that money in that 5-year plan for something other than it was originally approved. That's just not my understanding. Because it was originally approved for the LPRs and now we're using. With that being said, I'll make a motion that we purchase 8 rifles from Loyal 9 Manufacturing, not to exceed $18,000.
Second.
All in favor? Motion carried. Public comments, anything from the good of the city?
Hearing none, I'll adjourn at 6:31.
Okay, we got cultural done earlier, so we'll head over to public works next.
We'll call Public Works at 6:31 with myself, Dojan, Honda and Schwartz all present. Under old business. What? Oh, yeah, you're on there. Well, you ain't been here so long, I forgot about you. One week, you know. This year. Anyway, Roger is here. I see now, you know what? Anyway, moving on. Power plant report, you actually got a report here for us. The power plant makes them been generating, running per schedule. Down to utilities, under water tower assessment management program. We printed out a thing here from, something he talked about briefly a while back. About some company that it's a management for maintaining the water towers. I talked to him about that this week. I said, Josh, I said, really need to have somebody come in here and give us a little more briefing and understanding of this whole program. So he is going to do that. I believe at the next committee meeting, he is going to have some representative from this company come in and give us a better explanation of this whole assessment management program and what it does and what supposedly the benefits are or aren't out it. So with that, I'm just going to leave it at that because I don't understand more than anybody else does about it right now. So with that, we'll just leave it go. Or is there anything else? Pretty much nothing else to update on under the utility rate study. Really there no whole lot. On those. So we will move in succession plan, really no update on that. So under new business, I'd like to make a motion to approve prior month's meeting minutes. All in favor? Carries. Next item is a training request for Josh and Steve Mertz to attend the 2025 USDI Customers Conference at a cost of approximately $150 per person, I think, plus mileage. I think it's approximately $300 training, I believe, I think for both of them. So,
Well, but still saying yes.
right. I approve, make a motion to approve the training request for Josh Eckert and Steve Mertz. All in favor? Motion carried. Next item is a labor position, authorization to hire. They have made interviews with. I know we put the name on. Oh.
I'm back for
Oh. Oh, very funny. Okay. For the laborer's position, which has a current pay rate of $22.38, starting at $21.88, and then we'll go up after 6 months. He's recommending hiring Aaron Lang with pay and staff increase following president pending physical and drug testing. So I'd like to make a motion that they hire Aaron Lang. All in favor? Motion carries. Next item is authorization to advertise for part-time seasonal help. I'd like to make that a motion. All in favor? Motion carries. Any other public comments? Not, I will adjourn at 6:36.
Okay, thank you. Next up is zoning, so I'll take that one. Start zoning at 6:36 p.m. Alderman Peel is absent. Hebert, Schwarzkopf, Demond, and Eva are present. With no older business, I'll call for a motion to approve the prior month's meeting minutes.
So moved.
Okay, motion second, anyone in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next up is an approval of Volkert's addendum for engineering services for the expansion of phase one of the River Business Park. Jeff, do you want to make any comments on that?
Just that this will extend phase one down to that existing ditch that goes trading office across the park. And it will add 4 extra lots.
An official engineering term.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will call for a motion to approve the Volkert addendum, and it looks like it's not to exceed 27,000.
It is hourly, not weekly.
So moved.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Are there any public comments for zoning? Hearing none, I'll close the zoning at 6:37. That means next up, we shift to recreational facilities.
Thank you, Mayor. Myself, Hanbut, New Boy, Devon are all present, Alderman Keel is absent. Under old business, the city pool building maintenance, roof tuck pointing and walls. What are we thinking? Do we have any updates on bids or?
When I talked to Josh the other day, he said he was waiting on one more roof. I turned one in that I had, he's got to secure 2, 3 more. Only.
Okay, so we'll just hold off on that then. And then item B is the 2025 management. The job description is in your packets with regards to hiring a pool manager. Does anybody have any questions or comments or?
I'm assuming this matches up to what we had in mind.
Yes, yeah, basically, this is what we found in the archives and just did some really basic updating for today's standards.
Okay. Then I would make the motion to move forward with the pool manager, post a job description as presented.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
And then have we nailed down, this is going to be an hourly position then, $25 an hour? Whatever it is for?
Did we ever talk about?
Started that conversation last month. We went kind of back and forth on a few
It's
things.
not solid.
Yeah, it's hard to.
On budgets, was it $20?
Yeah, that was just to try and put some numbers together to give you an idea, or if that's the route we went.
I'm okay with that.
You gotta start somewhere.
That's what I'm
Yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking, I'm okay with it. If we find out that nothing works, then nothing revisit.
So adjust.
We can try and advertise it with that and
No, you can do.
we'll see.
I mean, there's no way for anybody to sit and tell them how many hours it's gonna be or anything.
No, it's, well,
Yeah.
if something goes cattywampus, to use our term of the evening, yeah, it's, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll start moving forward with that. We'll try and look to the schools and some of that low hanging fruit. Maybe there's someone in the community that can step up and fill that work. Do you want that as part of the motion, or are you just?
It's up to you. If it makes it clean,
We haven't actually hired any.
yeah, we have.
Okay.
That covers old business and new business. I'll make a motion to approve requirement meeting minutes from January 20th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. The next item is the Community Foundation of Red Blood Donation Project. At the park here. Jill sent an email out, I guess, with regards to it.
Pretty much, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I got two of them mixed up right now.
Pretty much what we have is definitely we are doing money for RBI and things and stuff like. So on the southwest corner of the building over here, plan is to do a little bit of pocket park where there will be seating, people can eat and gossip, they can go to Office Square. Every place can sit. Plan is right now with the money that's been donated for it. Country Bloomers is gonna come in, they're gonna tear a bunch of stuff out, and they're gonna put in pavers. And pavers with people to sit at.
So do they just need the authorization from this committee to work on the property? Or just to accept it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's the only thing I think we want to include in it is, so, I don't know about the timing of the, city hall improvements.
It,
You know, is that
so,
something that we need to coordinate with them?
yeah, that's no issue. The actual patio, paper and stuff like that, it won't be starting until it's maybe, everyone will do that around school, you know. Like I said, we're probably looking at May or June. Or,
Just so they're aware.
I mean, we'll work.
okay. Then I'll make the motion to move forward with the community foundation donation project.
Aye.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. The third item is the Rats Park parking lot. We figured since, well, the Parks Committee, we discussed it and we have money in the capital plan. There's a good time to move forward with, well, whatever Josh, timing wise, but, to move forward with asphalting Rats Park, we got the splash pad we put online and everything. So there's quotes in here from Trost Plastics for a dumpster enclosure, more asphalt, and a separate one for more asphalt with, I guess, with regards to the concrete. I'm obviously in favor of it. The Parks Committee's in favor of it. We save the money, but what are you guys' thoughts?
I mentioned to Susan for the meeting, I'm not in favor of these. But I think the timing of them right now could be a little, I'm of the opinion, maybe we ought to wait and see what we're at the swimming pool before we go spending money here. And I would think timely and, a month or two, we should know where we're at the swimming pool.
I think that's fair.
And how much money we're gonna have to spend there.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm not.
Right, I was-
in favor of it, it's just.
No, I know, we obviously thought about this
We got a
years
lot.
ago and planned, to do that parking lot.
A lot of unknowns out there right
Sure.
now.
And I'm okay with that, but obviously it'll be nice to be done and get it taken care of. Then since it is in the capital plan and we, saved over the years to do it, I'm obviously in favor of moving forward, but since I think that's fair. So,
And Jeff, if we would hold off and this ends up being done in the height of the summer, this is a couple of day job, or maybe this is a Rodney question.
It's probably a week job. Yeah, by the time they mill it out, put it back in and scrape it.
My downtime in the height of the season, but it is.
It could be done in the fall for that matter. They don't shut down our asphalt plants down until November.
yeah, Josh acted like it wouldn't take long to get it taken care of. So, okay. Other than that, public comments, anything for the order? Hearing none, I will adjourn at 6:44.
Thank you. I believe that brings us to the end of our committee meetings this evening. So if you give us a few minutes, we'll switch and be doing a special council meeting. Well, so we have 50 times. And I will do it. I usually, in there are two counts. I'm not doing it. I'll see what it is. What do you do? Well, like, okay, if everyone's ready, we will call the special Council meeting to order at 6:46 P.M. First up is roll call.
Alderperson Schwartzkopf,
Here.
Alderperson Gabbard,
Here.
Alderperson Roniker,
Here.
Alderperson Honeycutt,
Here.
Alderperson Devon,
Here.
Alderperson Levi,
Here.
Alderperson Doja,
Here.
Alderperson Field is absent.
Okay, with that, we'll have a few items this evening. First item, I'll call for a motion to authorize the hire of a laborer as Aaron Lang, starting at 2188, pending physical and drug testing.
So moved.
Okay, motion is second. Any further discussion? Roll call voting. It starts with Schwartzkopf.
Hey.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Motion carries. Next up, call for motion for the approval of the Volkert addendum for the engineering services for expansion of phase one that will be at the Red Bud Business Park, not to exceed $27,000.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Roll call voting. That starts with Hebert.
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Motion carries. Next item, I'll call for motion to authorize the advertisements for a pool manager.
We need to put a monetary value of that one.
So moved.
Here we motion second. Any further discussion? Roll call voting. It starts with Reiniger.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Motion carries. Are there any public or guest comments? I just wanted to offer thank yous for Jill for gathering some flags in support of Officer Roscoe. John stepped in too, did a number of different things. Our officers did a number of things. And our community really showed a great amount of support, especially on Sunday morning, lining the streets and showing that family we cared about them. So to Officer Roscoe and family, we wish you the best. So with that, I will call for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion second. Everyone in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion carries and we stand adjourned at 6:48 P.M.